Amid all this hysteria surrounding FBI and James Comey's dismissal, you know what? We got a little good news. The economy is getting a little better. Don't you like the sound of that? The Trump administration announcing a trade deal with China designed to boost exports in an effort to cut our trade deficit with Beijing. President Trump out tweeting this morning, and I quote, China just agreed that the U.S. will be allowed to sell beef and other major products into China once again. This is real news. Plus, a new Labor Department report showing consumer prices rebounded last month and new claims for unemployment benefits. They are now at a near 30-year low. Belpointe Asset Management Chief Strategist David Nelson and our own Ashley Webster are joining me now with more on this. I want to start first with the trade deal here because this is kind of a big deal. Mr. Nelson, beginning with you, I mean, we haven't been able to sell beef for years in China. They're now also, I should point out, going to be able to sell cooked chicken, cooked poultry products here in the U.S. So a little bit of an exchange there. And the other biggie here is it's going to open up the banking industry on both sides in China and here. And we're going to be able to export to China liquid natural gas. What do you see? By the way, I should point out this is all coming from a president and administration that hasn't really seemed to like China along the way. Why do this now?
You're right. Lost in all the noise out of Washington is there is some good news like this, and it's not that small because the American beef going to China, that's a $2.5 billion industry. Add that the LNG going there, that's certainly good news for our energy sector here, opening up
natural gas.
I'm sorry, LNG, natural gas. That's certainly good news for the energy sector here, and it opens up markets for the United States, and it will pay dividends later when we're trying to negotiate really serious issues like North Korea.
You know, it kind of makes me wonder, you bring up North Korea, Ashley, if this is tied at all to the concerns we have about North Korea and the need for us to get China on our side when it comes to dealing with that crazy man, right? In other words, if we are economically friendly with China, then theoretically they'll be a little bit more willing to help on the North Korea front.
Well, yes, that's a good theory. The administration were quick to point out that there's no quid pro quo on any of this. We are doing a trade deal with them. Forget about North Korea. But you've got to believe behind the scenes, all sorts of deals are being done. He is the, chief negotiator, or negotiator-in-chief, I should say. So you can imagine there's got to be some backroom deals. Although with China, I'm always so cynical and skeptical because of what we've learned up to this point. Open up our markets. I'll believe it when I see it.
But, the key is there's a deadline here, right? I mean, this has been structured in such a way, and we heard Wilbur Ross telling Fox Business earlier that, look, we'll know, I think it's by July 16th, whether or not they're going to follow through with their end of the bargain. And guess what? If they don't, see you later.
Go ahead.
Let me just break in here real quick. Don't forget that trade is a very effective foreign policy tool. And this could be all part of the package. I'm not very unhappy that we're trading things like American beef and trying to get something in return, because these are very serious issues. And however we do it, however we deal with something as serious as nuclear proliferation in the Korean Peninsula and dealing with basically a madman in North Korea, so be it.
Okay, so you're willing to open up the markets a little bit and maybe allow some Chinese banks to come in.
And it looks like we're getting a good side of the deal here. $2.5 million. We've got a $40 billion trade deficit right now. This helps narrow the gap.
It's just interesting, though, Ashley, because, let's not forget, he campaigned on China being a currency manipulator. He campaigned on, big bad China and how they're eating our lunch. And now we're doing deals with China?
It's all part of the negotiation, Trish. You throw out something outlandish, whether it's criticism, whatever it is, and then you come back, you walk it back into some sort of deal that's good for both countries. In this case, why is not this a good deal for the United States? If we can get access to that huge market of China, and yes, reciprocate for them here, we can only both benefit. Both countries need each other. That's a fact of life. We need them, they need us, so we might as well make it as friendly and as practical as possible. So, yeah, I'm very happy, and if this all goes through as we hope it will, then we all win.
All right, quickly, jobless claims, they're looking good. We need some good news in the job market there, Ashley. Also, retail sales showing some improvement.
Hey, the economy is going great guns. The markets are still a little hesitant, though. Look at the retail sales up. That's showing some nice strength. Consumer sentiment is up there. The housing market is ticking along, picking up. But I think what's going on in Washington is really stopping the markets from really getting the engine going, because we want President Trump to get that economic policy agenda through rather than get entangled in all this Comey and Russia and everything else.
I'm with you. All right, thanks. David, Ashley, good to see you guys.